All right, you're live.
Hi guys, so we are going to be doing a little bit of filler reversal today. So this is actually a really great thing to know about when you are interested in fillers. We have so many on the market now, and there are hyaluronic acid based fillers, there's calcium based fillers, and some of those can be reversed pretty much instantly, and others you have a lot more effort to try to get them to reduce in the consistency that's in the tissue. There's not an instant fix for it, so they're a little bit harder. Typically, I think that the non-dissolvable fillers are great for people who already have had fillers, kind of know what they like, know how it looks like, and they want to use something that's a little bit more permanent. As far as reversible fillers go, any of the Juvederms, the Restylane family, those have something called Vitrace or Hylenex, which actually will dissolve the filler. Works pretty much instantly, peaks in about 5 minutes, but continues to give you some reduction over the next 24 hours. Now, we had a patient who loves to experiment. We're always going for something new. We had treated his lips prior, done a little bit more filler, had the pout, but now, wanted to switch it up a little bit, was going back to work and decided, let me come down a little bit. So we actually last week, or just earlier this week, reversed the bottom lip. So you can see that the bottom lip has come down. The top lip is still very full. With filler, and the reason that we love it, it is drawing water to the area. It makes it a lot smoother. The tiny little lines tend to get reduced. When there is filler in there, they kind of go like this. When you don't have quite as much volume, you're seeing some of these natural lines. And it's really up to patient preference where you want to be filler-wise, size-wise, and if you don't ever like it, if or it is too much, you're ready to change up your look, it's such a great thing that we have something to go backwards a little bit and tweak, modify, and find what's perfect for you. So today we're going to do the upper lip, and we'll start kind of just tracing the areas that I know that there's filler. And we're just going to slowly inject a little bit of the Hylenex in different areas. And it's not too bad. It does, what would you say, stings a little bit?
Just a little stinging sensation.
A little sting. It's really not bad. You do start to see it reduce pretty quickly. When there is a lot of filler, sometimes it requires more of the Vitrace, and it can take longer for it to go down. When it's something very fine that you're working on, it reverses very quickly.
Does it completely dissolve all of the filler?
It will completely dissolve all filler. And so, one of the things to know with this as well is that this is a safety product. If something was to ever go wrong with filler, you were facing a complication, or you were worried that maybe something was impending, the next step in terms of being very cautious when you see any of those warning signs as an injector, looking out for any blanching in the area. Doing okay?
Yeah.
Any blanching in the area, extreme pain. There are very safe areas to inject, but of course we've become so advanced, and you use all these skills to really get these amazing results for patients. However, when you do look out for complications, you want to have this on hand always, because it is going to be something that can save the area or reverse the product so that you don't have any kind of worsening of complications. So it's not just to switch up the look, but it's very much an important product to have in office all the time.
Say if you wanted to dissolve your under eye fillers, but you have cheek fillers, would it affect the cheek fillers at all?
The only thing I say with Vitrace, there's no exact science to it. You want to approach it kind of carefully. When you don't want full reduction in an area, you want to go little by little, because you see a lot of it pretty quickly, but at the same time, it is going to continue to dissolve for 24 hours, maybe a little longer depending on the patient. And with a lot more filler in the area, it's going to take more product to really dissolve it. So if you are being localized and where you are injecting Vitrace, it will not affect it. If I was to dissolve under eye filler for him in this area, sometimes you get a little excess in one place. It's a very thin-skinned area, so accumulations of product can sometimes build up. Then what you can do is focus here and not bring it down into where there may be other filler in other areas. And I think, and also with Vitrace, you know, right now his lips actually look a little bit bigger. It's because we've put fluid into the area. So it's going to start to work over time. I'm just going to do a couple more.
How fast will you see the results?
It can be as quickly as 30 seconds. The peak of the improvement is about 5 minutes, and then it will continue for 24 hours. So it's a great tool to have. It's very important to have this in office anytime you do offer fillers. And we're gonna wait and see. He'll send in a photo. We'll be able to see how it's going down, but little by little, it will begin to undo it. So we're just gonna continue.
How fast did you... How does it dissolve out of the body?
What do you mean? Oh, like how is it excreted?
Mm-hmm.
This just gets broken down, and like most things, after it's broken down, it gets reabsorbed and excreted through the kidneys, out through urine. I mean, hyaluronic acid is found naturally, so your body will just metabolize it and excrete it just like any of the other elements it deals with. So a lot of times you could do a little massage and it'll start to help out. We did about 3 cc's of Hylenex because there was a few syringes in the area. And over the next few hours, it will start to go down. When we did the bottom lip, it looked much larger, went down fully.
Just by the time I got to the car, it was natural looking.
Yeah. So, you know, we could give him a few minutes, but we'll just put some ice on it, wait for it to go down. And then once he's back to the clean slate, then we can start all up again.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, that's Vitrace. So thanks for tuning in. It's a good thing to know about. If you ever have any questions or concerns, let us know. Thanks, everyone.